Hey everybody, welcome back. Viva la Fiesta. We're on for another broker caravan tour. You landed on Santa Barbara's real estate channel here. I'm Joe Parker with
Avi Becker, the Santa Barbara Group.
That's right. We're over at Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate, and we love sharing this community of Santa Barbara with you guys. And today's a very special day for Santa Barbara folks because it's the kickoff of Fiesta. Viva la Fiesta, Avi.
I'm so excited. It's a great tradition every year. If you've never been up here for Fiesta, definitely put it on your list for next year or check out some videos. We're going to have egg smashing all over with confetti. The streets, everything is just bright in colors, and there's a lot of cool history to Fiesta. It's been going on for hundreds of years here.
Yeah, I think at least since about the mid-1800s. And we've got some great viewers on this because I always get comments in there. Something about like Cisco the Kid was on one of the platforms of the very first parade. I think someone wrote that because we were talking about Fiestas coming up in the last video. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's one of the, if not the largest equestrian parade in the country. Mm-hmm. So it's got that. What the town does is has this mercado set up with booths and a stage and music. Like Avi says, confetti eggs are a big tradition. They sell them all over the streets, and you smash them on your friends' heads, and it's super fun. And the zoo's got a really great party called Dignitarios. A lot of other dancing shows, lots of dancing going on at the Mission, down in the Rose Garden. So just a really big party that a lot of people come into Santa Barbara for. So we are in the midst of the kickoff of Fiesta.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of people coming into town. I bet this is probably one of the top 3 busiest weekends. I would think it's like graduation this weekend. I wonder what like number 3
Summer
would
solstice.
Be. Solstice? Yeah, that's probably
that's
the top
another
3.
big celebration here in town. A lot of people come out for that. But we're here to talk about real estate, and we're going to take you into Montecito today. We're going to be starting with a new listing over near Westmont College, so kind of in this like nice little rurally foothilly area of Montecito, kind of closer to the Santa Barbara side, just on the edge of the Sycamore Canyon. And then we're going to go to 2 others, one other over by Arcady, and then end it with a neighborhood that's on the train track, just barely on the ocean side of the train tracks down by the Biltmore. So that's a new one that it's kind of mysterious. There's no write-up as far as a description in the MLS for it, but it looks interesting. I think it's single level. It's got a pool. So we got a good one in store for you guys today. We're going to drive through town here, show you what town's like, and show you what properties are like.
For sure. Make sure you stick around to the end because we have all different price points. The one we're going to start at is priced at $3.75 million, which is kind of the entry level for Montecito. But a lot of people think, oh, I need to have $10 million if I want to live in Montecito. That's definitely not the case. This house was sold for 1.4 back right before pandemic prices took off in April of 2020. So about 5 years ago. They've done some remodeling. It is 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,000 square feet. Very cute Spanish style. It looks like it's pretty turnkey and ready. And yeah, it's a cool one. I think that it's just good to know that, you know, when you're searching in Montecito, there's a huge range in terms of the price point. And a lot of people want to be here for the schools. A lot of people want to be here for the privacy and the lifestyle. And you don't need to have $10 million to live in Montecito. There's definitely other options out there.
Yeah, and you know, as far as like entry level, Montecito does have some condos, and I think the least expensive condos are going to be found on Coast Village Road. They've got these apartment style condos that overlook the lower village there, which can be a great little lock it and leave it, or if you're super downsizer and just want a small place. But you could get into those under $2 million. I've seen some close around 1.4. 1.3, so that would be the rock bottom entry level. But for a single family home like what we're going to show you here, I think maybe about $2.5 million for something that needs some work, maybe about the entry level. This one here doesn't look like it needs work, and we're under $4 million, and we got some great mountain views, I think, from it, and some nice classic Santa Barbara Spanish style architecture.
They say set in a peaceful pocket of Montecito within the Cold Spring School District, one of the top school districts in all of Santa Barbara. This beautifully remodeled single level 4 bed 3 bath Pairs mountain views and timeless design with easy indoor outdoor living. Reimagined in 2021, so that's when all the renovation was done. Very new. This light-filled layout flows from a spacious great room and a dining area and media nook, all opening to a sun-drenched outdoor space and canyon views. So it's nice that everything's taken care of, you would think. But even when a house is redone in 2021, it's still good to get inspections done. I always recommend that. And sometimes even when a house can look great, it might need a new sewer lateral, it might need new electrical, but this one looks like it was extensively remodeled, and we'll definitely get a full scoop when we go inside.
Definitely. All right, let's go see this first one.
Check it out.
Nice little hood here. All right, everyone, check out the street view on this. That's the way we came. And here's this Spanish house, 715 Circle Drive. Brick paver on the driveway. Beautiful landscaping. Definitely went all out there. Got some retaining walls, some beautiful white roses, some olive trees, 2-car garage. Let's go see what the inside's looking like. It's the entry immediately to the left. This beautiful great room. All naturally lit right now. There's a power outage. So you're seeing what Mother Nature does to light up this house, which is really nice. Beautiful remodeled kitchen with an island, farm style sink. Here's the dining room. Great mountain views. Look at it, flanked by windows, and you've got this extra slider there to get you out to the patio. And over here, we've got our laundry room. Bathroom that goes into the bedroom. Another bedroom here. And here's our garage. Let's cut through this. See this bedroom here. Nice little nook right here. Let's go find the primary. All right, now back past the front entry. This bathroom here, some beautiful Satya tile. Really nice backsplash tile, this textured subway tile. Here's a nice bedroom here. So we have 3 bedrooms plus this primary. Big primary compared to these other rooms. Look at that nice chandelier. French doors out to the backyard. Barn style door separating the room from the bathroom. They put a screen up to protect the little office right down there. And then this bathroom here. Again, power outage, so we don't have the lights on, but beautiful shower with a window, rain head, recessed lighting in the shower, nice cabinetry, water closet with a pocket door. And then here's our big walk-in closet. That looks nice. Let's see what our backyard looks like. We saw that beautiful front yard, so we know the landscaping is probably going to be epic out here too. But we got a turf down with some Saltillo tile, more of that really nice landscaping beyond the retaining wall. You can get some peaks of the mountains over there. And then what we're looking at is across Sycamore Canyon towards the Riviera. We've got a listing right over there on Camino Verde on the ridge. But that's what that is. So, nice Saltillo tile patio. And then this is the angle for the mountain views. But first, let's see what we got there. Nice little side yard. Looking out at the canyon. And then here's our mountain views. Nice. Transition to the California Gold. There's a side entrance to the garage, and this is just going to get us right back out to the front. So there we go, under 4 million. What do you think, Montecito? Okay, first one's down. That's a pretty nice little house. Nice little Montecito kind of entry-level home there. Yeah,
they picked really nice finishes. It's super clean and move-in ready. Low maintenance landscaping. I feel like at that price,
great
to have a 93108 zip code that's totally move-in ready, that's pretty unique.
Yeah, it's going to get you into the Cold Springs Elementary School if you got little ones. That's the best, one of the best. You know, that and Montecito Union, arguably equally wonderful schools. I like Cold Springs School because it's tucked away. It feels like it's kind of in the foothills a little bit more, whereas Montecito Union's very centralized, very kind of like exposed. Both amazing schools though, but this will definitely get you into Cold Springs. You've got a great little neighborhood here. The house had 3 bedrooms plus that primary suite, so a total of 4. The bedrooms were kind of small, but that primary was nice and big, but really great family home. You know?
Yep. And there's one right not too far away that was listed at $4 million, got 2 offers, sold for I believe $200,000 over list price. And even though right now we are seeing the majority of homes sit a little longer, we're seeing price reductions. Like yesterday, I think there's 12 price reductions on the hot sheet. There are still homes that are moving quick, so you just have to know which property type you're looking for, because if you see something you love, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be around next week. So you just have to know the activity, know the inside scoop, because even though it's not maybe as prevalent as it was 2 or 3 years ago, there's still a small section of properties that are going right away.
Yeah, you hit the right price on it. The buyers really respect a seller who kind of puts an aggressive price, maybe even underprices a little bit. And often I see that rewarded with a bid up situation. And on the flip side, there's a lot of sellers that are putting their home on the market for a number that maybe at one time seemed somewhat reasonable, but it isn't today, and isn't taking into account the dynamics of the market, the way things have changed over the last couple of years, especially for things like up in the foothills and whatnot. So when that's not being taken into account and it's too high, then it's crickets. You're not getting a lot of showings. You're going to have to sit there and wait for that price reduction.
For sure. And I think that it's easy to say, oh, well, you know, for a handful of 2 or 3 years, the common story was 7 days on market, 10 days on market, 5 offers. But if you look at the history of an average real estate market, that's not normal. And the normal thing is to be on the market for 45 plus days, sometimes have to do a price reduction. You know, we're back to a more normal balanced market. It's not that now is some like crazy weird time, but it's those pockets were kind of the abnormality.
Yeah.
But it was really recent.
And it's still in the rearview mirror a little, so not everyone's, you know, letting that go just yet. Like we have an offer out on a place on the Mesa, and you know, it seemed to be priced right, but the market wasn't feeling it, and it's been on the market now for about 3 weeks, and this is the second offer they got, and the seller just wasn't budging, and the agent's working really hard to try to get them to get realistic and realize, hey, you're not going to get a full price offer. You've been on the market for 3 weeks now. it's time to really consider what you're getting as the market value, because the buyers set the market. So if you got two buyers telling you, hey, I'll give you this much for your home, then that's a great indicator that that's probably what your home's worth, even if it's not the number you like to see.
Even if it's not the Zillow's estimate.
Yeah.
That does not set the market. But
does not set the market at all. And that Zestimate jumps around so quickly. It could be like way up here and then you list it. All of a sudden the Zestimate comes down to where you've listed it. There's a lot of funniness with that. But here we are. We just made it to Arcady. This is a great little enclave. You can see it's kind of got this little private neighborhood feel. Got the speed bumps.
You might have to go. Oh, yeah, you can make it around.
Oh, sweet. And we're going to give you a full little inside tour of this sweet little enclave. It's got beautiful trees, lots of homes tucked away behind boulders and driveways that are very private and produce a lot of great mountain views. Some of them have really spectacular mountain views.
We're headed to 931 Knapp Drive. Price is $5.795 million. Been on the market for a month, 31 days. And we have a 4-bed, 3-bath home built in 1987. Square footage is 2,700, and it's a full acre and a half. Big piece of land, a lot of buffer between the neighbors. Really cool Spanish style. And let's see what they have to say. So this idyllic Spanish style hacienda is brimming with charm and sophistication while maintaining a sentiment of deep comfort and tranquility. The unique location of a 1.5 acre property offers unparalleled and unmatched sleeping vistas, just a stone's throw from Cold Spring School. From the street, the home appears modest without a hint of what appears on the other side. As you enter the oversized front door, you're immediately struck with ocean blue through the large, picturesque living room windows, drawing you in to gaze out towards the water. The house naturally flows towards the dining room and kitchen, which offer very different but no less captivating views of Montecito foothills. The volume is almost dizzying as you step through the French doors.
Ooh, I'm ready to get dizzy.
Yeah. I wonder how the views are. Maybe it's...
There is ocean views and I think some mountain views. This one, in previewing the pictures, looks like there's views almost like 270 degrees. Because see, we're right here on this little corner of this elevated neighborhood. So we're going to get a lot of different peaks at the scenery and what's going on in this community here, from mountains to ocean. So. All right, everyone, take a look at this street view. So charming. Knapp Drive. We're at the curve of the street here. Got some mountains there in the distance. And then a classic Santa Barbara Spanish style home here. Olive tree out front. Got some wrought iron. Big, beautiful wooden door here. It's open. Here's our dizzying volume in the entry. Look at that. Beautiful chandelier. And then here's our door that we didn't get to see, but probably 8 foot, cladded with all that ironwork. Beautiful staircase. Let's go through the arch here and take 2 steps down into the sunken living room. Too bad the haze is blocking the ocean views, but you would get ocean right out there through those windows. But those windows are bringing in a lot of natural light. Timeless kind of design in here. You got some floating shelves next to the fireplace with some beautiful stone down on the mantle and the hearth. Another spectacular angle on a clear day are going to be the views down that way. Let me zoom in. So you're going to get the ridge line and then over Summerland, the ocean, and then you'll see on a clear day, Carpinteria, all the way out to probably Point Magoo. Okay. Then we've got a couple more steps back up into this dining room. It's a nice space to gather and dine with your friends, family. Got a little area for a bar. Look at the grounds. Beautiful. Wow. We are perched on the knuckle here, this corner producing stunning views. Look at Montecito. How many trees? All these beautiful homes dotted. So green. And then get an idea of the ocean because you could actually kind of see it a little bit over there, it looks like. But man, this haze is really doing us. This would be so spectacular if it was a bluebird clear day. All right. Al fresco dining patio here. Love the built-in little booth kitchen area, eating area, breakfast nook. Then it looks like we're going to have laundry possibly back there, but first let's check out this kitchen. Looks pretty nice and timeless. Got a KitchenAid there. Viking on the range. Big hood. You know, this is definitely a cook's kitchen with that stainless steel backsplash. Here's our laundry room. Got a window and a sink. Garage. Looks like some storage. Let's go find some bedrooms. So here, finishing up the ground floor bathroom. I got Satillo tile under us here, and this is a den, looks like, could be a bedroom. Built-in bookshelves. I just stepped into the closet, so it does have a closet. More beautiful yard space. We're gonna have to explore that. Little closet. Okay, down here to the right, this is a really good size room. Closet, sitting bench, window seat here, looking out at the view. Oh yeah, that's a nice little spot. From this perch, you can see out there, it looks like the coastline's starting to reveal itself a little bit. You're gonna get that staggered points as you go down the coast. It's a really cool perspective. You can kind of see the land jolt out and then it goes in, jolts out again and goes in as you get down all the different points through Carpinteria. Peaceful setting. Beautiful bathroom, access off the hall and this bedroom. Travertine, shower. There's another bedroom up here. Again, views in all directions and a deck to get out onto. You can meet the people in the primary out on the deck. Access into the bathroom from in here as well. We got some carpet under our feet. And the primary. Doesn't look like a walk-in closet in here. Maybe the other side, but a nice bank of closet there against the wall. Some frosted glass. Beautiful tub, soaking tub with mountain views. There's the other closet. And the water closet. Wow, this is a phenomenal view. Just need it to be clear. Okay, let's go see the backyard. Okay, time to do a deep dive into this yard. Okay, we got the oaks and agave. Beautiful trellis area here. Some Santa Barbara stone patio. Charming and uneven. Oh, lizards everywhere. Beautiful jasmine, rosemary, bougainvillea, ferns, birds of paradise. Lovely fountain. These are some charming steps. Kind of reminds me of that one place we looked at up on the Riviera, the stonemasons. Hiya, spiderweb. Hiya. Wow, cool lawn here. Sloped, but nice to have. Looks like we got some citrus over here. Big pomegranate I'm walking by. Okay, it's some of the view up to the house there. Very private back here. You don't see anyone. And then a lovely fountain. Looks like it's been here for many years. Looking back up at the house. Amazing. All right.
What'd you think of that one?
Loved it. It was classic Santa Barbara. The architecture I felt was very charming, quaint. It felt like it had a lot of traditional character. Not the most updated like currently, but definitely updated in the last 10 years or so, I would say, maybe 15. And the views were absolutely stunning. You know, those views looking across the valley of Montecito, so to speak, and the mountains rising and then shooting all the way down the coastline. Just spectacular.
Yeah, I think that it's one where you could live in it for sure for a couple of years. If you wanted to update it right away, you could, or if you wanted to just keep it as is for a handful of time, you could as well. The views, 10 out of 10, to have both, you know, a little bit of peaks of ocean and then sweeping vistas of the rest of the mountains. We did note that the road is not covered by the county or the city. The road is covered by all the homes in the community. They pay $1,000 a year. There's an HOA, but it seems like the type of HOA where you can kind of do whatever you want with your property. People aren't really in your business, and every year it sounds like they have one meeting a year just to make sure everything's good with the road. And it's $1,000, so not bad at all.
No, not bad at all. Yeah, you really feel like you're in a little private enclave here over here. So that's pretty nice.
The road was in really good shape as well. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so we have one more on tap, and now we're gonna get across Montecito, heading down towards the beach. Like I said, I think earlier in the video, this is gonna be on the ocean side of the train tracks. So we're gonna be very strikeable, you know, maybe like 2 blocks from Butterfly Beach, which is a really great little neighborhood to be in.
And as we're getting closer to the beach, we talked about this beforehand, but today the date is Wednesday, July 30th, and it was basically last night, right, that we had a a potential tsunami warning.
That's
and
right.
That's something where I feel like when we are talking to people who are moving here outside of California, Texas, international, maybe the Midwest, like, you know, Minnesota, that's a question we get from those people that aren't super familiar with California or are moving here new is, what's the tsunami risk? And this is the first time I've lived here, I think, that I've ever seen a tsunami warning, and it ended up not being anything.
Right. There might have been a little bit of tidal surge or anything, but there was a backstory, a big earthquake. You probably heard about it off of Russia. And so that sent tidal waves across the Pacific, mainly, I think, the Andalusian Islands. Hawaii had some impact, but by the time it got to California, it was pretty diminished. But they did send out warnings to everybody. And people that do come to Santa Barbara, when you're down by the beach, you'll see certain signs, you know, tsunami area ahead for high ground, which freaks people out. But, I mean, what are the chances of a tsunami hitting? I think you just did some research on that.
Yeah, I asked ChatGPT, and it said the chances are very, very low, like less than 1% chance of a impactful tsunami. But we did some further digging. I was like, okay, when's the last time there was a tsunami, or was there ever a recorded tsunami that impacted Santa Barbara? And in 1812, there's a recording of a tsunami from a fault zone earthquake, I believe in Northern California or somewhere.
This was in the Channel.
It was in the Channel? Okay.
Yeah, so this was in the Channel, and there was they think it was about, they didn't have a measure, but they think it was about a 7.0 or something.
Yep.
And it caused, I believe, an underwater landslide, and that underwater landslide created a tsunami that was very localized, created in the Santa Barbara Channel, and then it swept up into Santa Barbara.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, how far it swept into Santa Barbara, and I wonder even in 1812, where were people living? Because a lot of even the older homes that we're selling are maybe late 1800s, early 1900s at the oldest, so it was just a completely different setup. There probably was just not many. There's missionaries, natives, not many people in traditional style housing at that point.
Probably quite a few boats, kind of anchored, because Santa Barbara was probably visited by lots of boats and was a relatively quiet, calm anchorage. With some little coves to get into. Mm-hmm. So that might have been impact. But yeah, it'd be really interesting. I would love to see, and I haven't done this yet, but look up if there's any kind of documentary or anything about it, or what kind of history we could find. But maybe we'll put that on our homework list.
For sure. But to wrap that up, I would say that even though tsunamis, I guess there's a ultra slight probability of it, there's a lot of other things here to probably worry about a little bit more. Obviously, fire being one of them. That last property we saw would have been in a higher fire risk area per the insurance policies. But there's a lot of things people are doing right now. Fire hardening. There's a company that I was talking to another agent about, that they were looking at their house. I think it was like a standard house up in Mission Canyon, and for $75,000, it's like a ultra high tech modern sprinkler system that will automatically activate in times of fire. And basically she's telling me a full insight about this company where in the Palisades there's I think 100 homes or something like that had this system, and only 2 or 3 of them burned down.
Wow.
It's like a high tech.
They spray like fire retardant over the roof and everything?
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
like
of
a
that.
biodegradable foam. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's stuff to consider out there, but that's definitely just something you are more likely to have to worry about than a tsunami. But yeah.
Now this house that we're going to, being so close to the beach, it's going to have much less concern about fire. But I'm sure maybe if you were living down there and you got that alert last night, which eventually got canceled, nothing really happened. But yeah, you might have been a little bit worried. You might have been planning on monitoring the news and staying up to see how that progresses. Because luckily we get a little bit of warning with tsunamis, unlike other natural disasters. Like, you should have some warning. It looked crazy in Hawaii. I don't know if you saw some videos, but with those sirens going off and the big old traffic jams and everything, that must have been really scary.
For sure.
All you people in Hawaii, peace out. Aloha. You guys went through it.
They've been through a lot, because it's in Maui again too, and Maui's been through a lot. Yeah. But let's talk about 1114 Hill Road. Interesting, there's no description, but it's $6,995 is the price. The original list price was $7.5, so they brought it down $500,000, and 9 days on market, so maybe they relaunched it. I saw this hit, and they basically, it was one of those ones where they put it in at a certain price, and like the day they went live, they changed the price, and so
I think maybe they just were oscillating on what price to put it on, and the agent finally talked the seller into giving it a more realistic chance. It still seems like it might be a little aggressive, but we'll see how nice it is.
4-bed, 2-bath, built in 1957, 2,700 square feet, and then a 400 square foot, it says other structure. So it says there's no ADU, but maybe there's some other type of little structure.
I wonder if that's the garage.
Maybe, yeah. 0.42 acres, and I think they're really just selling the location on this one because the house, I mean, there aren't many photos on this printout, but it seems pretty standard. But maybe they've done some updating. But I mean, for someone that wants to be able to just walk to the beach every day, and not just any beach, but Butterfly Beach.
Yeah, I mean, so you've seen our show where we've gone into Montecito Shores there and looked at condos, and then we're going off the backside of the Biltmore, the hotel that's under redevelopment right now, construction. So that's one of the premier resorts here in Montecito that's been closed for about 5 years. So that's going to be opening. So this is all your neighborhood, basically. You're next to the Biltmore. When that opens, it's going to be amazing. And of course, the beach. You got the Coral Casino nearby. So that's going to be another great little neighbor. And you can see just crawling with construction because they're desperate to get this thing done. I think they were hoping to be done this summer, and clearly it's going a little bit longer, but they're putting like a lazy river through there.
They are.
Yeah, they're really aiming towards attracting, I think, more families too.
I've never been on this back side of it, and wow, look at those, the parking structure are totally...
Now the houses start.
Yeah.
So we're out of the hotel zone, and now we're in the neighborhood part of it.
And some of the ultra luxury, estates here, especially if they have ocean views, they'll sell for 30+ million.
Yeah.
So
100%. Yeah. Yeah, especially these ones on Channel Drive. Channel Drive, such a prime street address.
Yep.
And you get some that feel pretty much beachfront. Which kind of comes with a certain amount of impact on your life because people come to Butterfly Beach. It's such a special place that not just the neighborhood, but people from elsewhere, in Montecito, from Santa Barbara, people coming up from LA, they want to hang out and experience Butterfly Beach. So if you are living on Channel Drive there, you might be paying 20, 30, like Avi said, plus million. You could definitely have some impact of people coming by, hanging out in your front yard area, which is the beach.
Yep. If you want a private estate, this isn't the area for you, but if you want walkability, ease of access, A+ location for beach lovers, this one could be an option. Interesting, they got a shared driveway.
Oh, wow, I was not expecting that. So you went by that house?
Neighbor. Yeah, right. Okay, this is the property.
Oh my goodness. The picture looks so different, makes it feel so different than this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. All right, I'm going to go back and just see what happens.
Around. So it'll get blocked. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to have to flip us around. Okay, there's the long shared driveway. We went past those two homes. I can almost see the ocean through, is it gonna show up on the video? Through that house there where that guy's walking in front of. You can see ocean view through a house. That's pretty funny. Okay, so we're close. That's why it's got the big price, I think. But they did do quite an expansion, which I'll show you because I just walked through to get an idea of what this is all about. So you saw how the driveway goes back to the garage, and you could see how we've got this nice little front yard. Love the flagpole. 1114 Hill Road. Special little beachside location. All right. Nice vault to this living room. Love the River Rock fireplace here. It's got some recessed lighting in it as well. And then it looks like some oak on the floors. Does look nice. And an open dining room to this section that they added on. So from about here over, this was all newly added. A nice kitchen.
Thank you. Welcome.
More of that river rock fireplace extended in here as well. You got the tongue and groove wood on the ceiling. Nice little place to hang out with the chef while they're cooking.
Hi, welcome. Hey, how are you? Just trying to sell some houses.
Here we go, laundry room.
So we are 3 bedrooms downstairs. Okay. Large primary upstairs.
Powder room.
2,700.
Looks like these are going to be our 2 bedrooms.
On a little under.
It's a cute little original one. Carpet on the floors, some nice wood windows.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Did you buy anything?
This is a nice vaulted room in here, gives some good volume. And then a bathroom for these bedrooms. And then the 3rd bedroom down here. So those are the 3 original rooms, and then they put that extended dining room, kitchen. There's that driveway I went down. And then a primary suite up above, which we're going to go check out. So that's going to be nice, I bet, because that's freshly added. The upper level here. Looks like they turned this into a closet. This is storage, but maybe hanging up some clothes. Wow, cool little sitting area. Elevated by a couple steps up here. Kind of got the craftsman vibes on the windows. And on the doors, so definitely craftsman style throughout. Now this is a very bright bathroom. Skylights. Look at this Japanese soaking tub. Super deep, looking out. It's actually, you don't hear the freeway much, and we haven't had a train go by, so we don't know what that sounds like, but you definitely notice it when it goes by. Okay, let's see if there's any kind of yard.
So, that will make it huge. But, you can't really, say.
Beautiful tree here. Looks like a big magnolia overhead. Tree swing. Now we're starting to pick up the freeway a little more. Cute little pool. Wow, this is funny. And then a little fountain. Okay. See the detached garage there. All right, I think we've seen it all, people. Okay, 1114 Hill Road, new listing near the beach in Montecito. Wow, that's some mixed thoughts. I do like the area. I thought that it was quieter than I expected, but by the time you got towards that pool, you definitely felt the impact. But inside the house, and even with the doors open in the house, it didn't feel as bad as you would think by looking at the map, as far as the impact of the freeway or the train, which the train didn't go by. But I think they're also going to be improving the sound walls when they finish this section of Montecito on the freeway, with building more sound walls to protect the homes from the noise.
Yep.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. Great location, sort of, you know, minus the freeway right there. But look at, we're almost at the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, basically 1 block off the beach.
Not much proximity, or not much separation, sorry, to your neighbors as well. It would be nice to maybe figure out a way to create some more privacy on either side. And then, yeah, I wonder if there's a way to kind of create a sound buffer, because it would be really nice to have access to, decent sized lot, almost half acre, have, be able to use your pool and have privacy. But that's kind of a tough one because you're going to be hearing a lot of freeway noise unless there's some type of wall or something else built.
Yeah, for sure. So they're definitely banking on this right here, you know, being here at the beach. Look at how many cars are here. I mean, people are coming here to experience this, and so this could be your backyard. So that's where the big value is. But I think they're going to be a little bit of trouble trying to get that one moved at that price. They're going to have to be willing to negotiate a little bit unless they get lucky. I could be wrong, but my feeling is it's quite ambitious of them at the, what, 6,995?
Yep. Right under 7 million. But man, look at this. It's a Tuesday. Or sorry, it's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday at almost 1 p.m. and the beach is maxed out. It's not too hot. This could be your life if you move to Santa Barbara.
That's right, 70 degrees. Look at that stand-up paddler out there. And
water's warming up a little bit. You can go in there without a wetsuit easily and get a little dip in.
Yeah, so, well, that's going to conclude our tour, everyone. If you've gotten this far, please subscribe to the channel. And we make these videos to give you somebody to introduce yourself to. So if you want to talk more about your situation, please don't hesitate to reach out. We love hearing from you. And make it a great one. Any final words, Avi?
Couple of shameless plugs. My channel as well has everything from food reviews to what's happening in Santa Barbara to pros and cons of different neighborhoods. If you want to even dive deeper into Joe's channel, obviously we make these videos every week that do a drive along, but he has a lot of neighborhood videos and different real estate videos that are on different style than the drive along, so check those out as well. We have a couple really cool properties coming up for sale. One that just hit the market, a 2-bedroom condo that's right downtown Santa Barbara. Joe has one coming up in Carpinteria. That's a 1-bedroom condo that you can Airbnb. So
yeah, that's across the street from the beach, almost on the beach in Carpinteria.
Yeah. If you have questions about properties that weren't on the tour, we would love to answer them because obviously we only show 3, but we have a lot more that we have access to, both our listings and our other friends and teammates listings. And one last plug. What was I going to say? I forget. But yeah, subscribe to Joe. Subscribe to us. If you have questions in the comments too, we always love reading the comments, guys. Let me know if I did a good enough job for filling in for Brahmi, who's usually sitting shotgun, and my spot's usually in the back. Or if you prefer me sitting shotgun, let me know in the comments as well. Maybe Brahmi will get demoted one day. But no, this is his spot. But yeah, we love doing these videos.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Viva la fiesta.
See ya.